As more than 5 million students went back to school in Texas this fall, the debate over how to keep them safe is far from over. The tragedies in Santa Fe and Uvalde exposed lingering holes in campus safety.
KPRC 2 investigator Robert Arnold explains the struggles school districts continue to face when it comes to identifying potentially violent students and holding lawmakers accountable in finding solutions.
Our babies died. They were massacred.
I lost faith in the whole process.
Events like this, they tear at the fabric of a community.
We're interested in getting to solutions that work.
After 8 students and 2 teachers were murdered at Santa Fe High School, state legislators passed more than a dozen school safety laws. None prevented Uvalde.
I'm sad. I'm sad and I'm frustrated because I do not feel like our children are any safer than they were after the Santa Fe shooting.
After the murders at Robb Elementary, lawmakers again scheduled hearings and listened to parents who lost children.
I don't want my daughter to just be remembered for what happened to her. I want her to be remembered for change.
How do you address that? We want to have a solution that addresses not only mass shootings, but all the other types of violence.
What are your priorities?
I think now in retrospect, people don't know what steps need to be taken to make sure they have an operational plan that actually results in safety.
One of the most significant pieces of legislation to emerge from the horrors of Santa Fe was Senate Bill 11, which requires school districts to conduct threat assessments on potentially violent students.
Those threat detection teams were there to recognize the obvious. And that didn't occur at Uvalde.
State law also requires members of these teams to go through at least one 7-hour threat assessment training course. According to data obtained from the Texas Education Agency, about 30% of the people on these teams have not yet gone through this training.
We did have an uptick in training this summer.
Did that come after Uvalde?
Correct. So
Selena Bly is with the Texas School Safety Center.
one of the things that school districts are dealing with is their team members have changed this year. The key is really figuring out how does that team operationalize to support the campus.
But it's up to each individual school district to figure out how to achieve this mandate. TEA data analyzed by KPRC2 Investigates shows these teams received more than 67,000 reports of potentially violent students during the 2021-2022 school year. In 17% of the cases, teams determined there was a threat, and in an additional 3% of cases, it was determined there was an imminent threat and the student was reported to law enforcement.
How difficult was that for administrators and educators to suddenly have to assess whether or not somebody's going to be violent?
The first thing that had to be done was we had to train staff on what does certain types of behaviors look like.
H.D. Chambers is retiring after 12 years as the Alief ISD superintendent. He felt for these teams to work, all employees needed some level of threat detection training.
We didn't have enough trained individuals in our district to train the people that needed to be trained.
Chambers said he had to find the money in the district's budget to make this training happen.
We need funding for mental health. We need additional resources.
President of the Texas American Federation of Teachers, Zev Capo, says not every district has the funds for training beyond the state-required 7-hour course.
An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, and we have not figured that out in the state of Texas yet.
The more we've looked under the hood, the more we found wrong with the whole engine.
Let's try putting more resources into providing social workers and counselors. Let's try the things that we didn't want to do last time.
Is your kid safe in school today, or can another shooter walk in, like in Santa Fe and Uvalde, and do the same thing they did then?
What do you think the answer is?
I think it can happen tomorrow.
Exactly what form school safety and security will take during the upcoming session is still being debated. Governor Greg Abbott also has not yet named a chief of school security and safety. That's a new position that he ordered be created after Uvalde. The governor did send us a statement, though, reading mental health support on campuses will be a priority. The governor's full statement is on click2houston.com, along with a deeper look at that TEA data we showed you. Robert Arnold, KPRC 2 News.